Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why my stream has just stopped. It's being a technical error. A glitch. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. But anyway, so we've got a free kick. St Kilda's ball. Mr. Higgins. Carry the Saints.
That's a lovely finish from Jack Higgins. Got a really good start to the season. Only his 9th game due to some injuries. That's his 18th goal. But I think a hard one for O'Donnell here. He's in position for football. It's Higgins that goes low. He gets thrown off the football because he's at his waist height, and he pays the full price for it.
Yeah, which does beg the question why other players haven't seen the opportunity to go a bit lower to fend off play.
How low can you go?
Here's the Sinclair injury. Yeah.
Sarah Jones again.
Confirmation from the club it's a calf injury and he is done for the day.
Jones, I think a calf injury would be fantastic looking at that. I was worried about the Achilles.
Yes, that I've just been shot movement. You don't really know what's happened. You're brought in because he reads the play so well, and he may have read the play extremely well. He's departed the Gold Coast and come to the Dogs. They might be the team that takes the Gold Coast.
Fuck's sake, Sinclair's now out with a calf injury. For fuck's sake, are you kidding me?
Kennedy inside. Liberatore told to go. Heads out wide to English. Playing forward after he rucks. We've got a hand free. Paul to Garcia. Uncharacteristic fumble. Tried to mop up his mess. Still in there. Sanders likes to tackle. Pull up.
Is he early Sanders, Brad?
Yeah, he is. It's a big week for Riley Sanders. Needs to continue to push on with that development.
Smart towards Higgins. Driven to the ground, ball it up.
Just keeping a close eye on Ed Richards at St Kilda. It's now Garcia that's going to go to him. He's just had the 3 disposals, so it looks like he's the priority in the midfield to shut down.
Toning, slapped it to Hall as the Saints keep it moving. Butterick is there, down quick hands, Richards, Butterick. Sideways to McNeil. Dogs move it quickly. Kick towards half forward. English at the front. Spoiled from Hasty, and eventually it's going to tumble out.
So that Sinclair injury, just going back to that at the 12-minute mark of this quarter, significant. He's the one that Ross Lyon can flick around and put him in a priority position, whether it be in the midfield or off half-back. He's also the creator.
Been a great contest so far. These two teams have got to bye next week, so they'll leave nothing in the tank this afternoon. Sanders, McNeil, maybe a little bit rusty, is back in. Lake goes down, slick-handed. Couldn't find his teammate Higgins. McNeil knocks it up. Joe to Dale. A bounce to find some space. Straight down the Staples. Lewis, he's almost marked that.
On.
He convinced me, but didn't convince the man that counts.
Tim English is down there for the Bulldogs. We see Fox, Tupelli and Kennedy taking the rough around the ground, but he needs to really stay deep and not be that pure lead-up player. Leave that to Lewis. Lob at times. English needs to be the big outlet, especially with the matchup that he's got.
It does appear to be the instructions, though, because Lobby's the deepest, and Lewis is in front of him.
Marshall and English. Marshall catches it himself, but it's been flicked out to the Dogs. Liberatore runs hard in a circle and then round the corner towards English. West gathers, Wilkie and Naz have him. Hunt wants it.
Riley, thank you. Kid, Riley.
Dogs fresh. English and Marshall again. Marshall taps only to the advantage of Sanders, but he's been set upon immediately.
Lockie McNeil having a good start. He's already up to 9 disposals.
Marshall takes it. English took him. Sanders, little pat down.
Get in.
Breaks through. Frazier's pat down allowed. It's a 1-on-3. And the goal spread. Caminiti takes the mark. Lob, by the way, was the one. Burns on the way out to Hill. Waits The smooth moving Naz to come past him. Dances past Richards and then
You're kidding.
too clever with the kick and turns it over to Hines, who played on.
Flares it to Fraser. Fraser has 2 bites of the cherry to Liberatore. Off a step. Top of the square. Lob at the back. Almost gathers. Richards taps it to himself by boot. Gets it to McNeil. Finds some space. Can he find the goals? He misses everything.
A missed opportunity there. Just touched on the footing that he's had to this point. Up to 10 disposals for the half forward. Not his best one of the day so far though, Jono.
It's a big number, isn't it, though, for Lockie McNeil in a quarter of football. Good response by returning to play today.
Laughing emojis. Because North Melbourne beat Richmond twice. And Studi was at the game. Laughing emojis, laughing emojis, laughing emojis.
It was a strange chase. Richards almost gave up on it, thinking Hall was about to kick it. Hall was going to kick it and then gave up on the thought of kicking it and just kept coming. And in the end, they both kind of messed it up. Ball back into play. He's only doing the ruck work. Now to Fraser. Rolls it away. He bounced for All Bar Hill. Knocks it to Naz. To McRae. To the pocket. Selwood stalking it. Got up there and killed it. The 2 headbands go head to head to Cody. And Selwood to send into row 3. Liberatore had a knee and concussion issues. That's why he's been out, getting up slowly. So
Once again, Matt Kennedy's going to take this ruck for the Western Bulldogs. So it's high risk in this part of the ground, given that it's against Rowan Marshall.
Marshall tipped it down. McRae. Higgins, clever tap. Marshall burns. Kicks it too fat. Floats in the air. Decoding. They both go to ground. Dogs get a free kick through the tunnel.
Just tangled up with legs for Cody. So O'Donnell in front wins the free kick. You can see there though, not much to go to, man-on-man everywhere.
ends up going central to Norton as an option. Silvani, Norton, McNeil out the back, 5th game of the year. He's dominating. Kennedy, Jack Kennedy, didn't quite work. The 2 combined to go back and get it again. McNeil chips it west, beyond his range. Who does he want? He's got English on the lead in the pocket with the reach. The fist of Kennedy beats him with just rolled out, only just.
He's gone back with success, Caminini. He was started as a forward, but once the Bulldogs brought Lob onto the ground as a forward, he had to readjust his positioning in this game.
Just joining us, calf issue for Jack Sinclair, out for the rest of the day. English works his way to the front.
Austin like a dance monkey.
Kick only as far as Liberatore. Sanders. Good spotting.
That works. That's a nice kick from Sanders. That's what's really improved this year in his game, his ability to use it well by foot.
Shit.
Just that extra level of composure, isn't it, Jono? Maybe last year this was just a blast. You hope to the top of the goal square. Just that extra half a step, that little glance, find a lateral option, control the game.
Silky work from Riley Sanders. Now Cooper
He missed.
complete the deal.
You're very lucky he missed it.
And it's all squared.
Signed an extension during the week. Cooper Hines, 2-year extension, along with Selwood.
Yeah, midfield clearance winner as a kid. Been asked to play a little bit of a different role as well by Luke Beveridge as he rose into his AFL career, but he's been known as a midfield running goal kicker at junior level. Speaking of midfield runners, here's Simon Wanganeen Millery. Victor Marshall, who was hassled out of it. Lewis, Wonderpilling knocked it away. Lewis goes long. Norton nearly beat 2 there. Caminini and Wilkie combined to get them out of trouble. We'll level back to Marshall. Hill, and as they're holding free, Hill almost has a possible advantage, but he's not going to be given that opportunity even if he wants it, because he's coming back the umpire saying no advantage there. Gentlemen.
Wanganeen Miller.
It's disposal 13.
Interesting kick into the middle of the ground. Garcia and Wilson with a bit of work to do. Found Hasty.
Morgan Hager.
To win Hager, who darts one.
To Coney.
kick to advantage here.
And a great passage of play. So the high risk from Nasai Wanganeen Malera off half back to come through the corridor. For the rewards there, you can see the spacer down the left of screen. Tom DeConing's already setting his opponent up in O'Donnell to fill that space. Good hands.
Sturdy loss, Australia wins.
This for the Saints' fourth goal in a row.
Bullshit!
So, John, the storyline of this game so far is the tactical play about playing a smaller ruck in either Kennedy or Bontempelli around the ground, but then trying to stretch St Kilda defensively with English forward the football.
Bontempelli, Richards, Dale, the old firm combining.
That's not what we want, that miss. Honestly.
Look at the Richards in time. Windhager, a great tackle. Dispossessed, Wood, DeConing. A lot to go to because he's not there. You got short to Higgins, and is this within his range if he wheels out onto the right? What's he want to do here? Back into the lineup this week. Jack Higgins. Saints playing their four Jacks. Higgins, Silvani, McRae, and Sinclair. And it's about that time of year when you have to. And Jack goes long.
Bullshit.
David, everything went back on the runway. Just a little bit inaccurate. It's Butterick. Gets to Caulfield in the closing stages of his first turn. Norton waits at the back. He's going to get one of the last possessions on the sideline. So the first 3 goals of the quarter.
Alright, so it's 22-20. Alright.
Saints replied in kind with 3.
Time for laughing emojis in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Sturdy loss, laughing emojis.
Footy after the footy, the bounce. Jocularity, the team firing up for that. And then we get a little bit serious after that with the first crack. Plenty of entertainment from the weekend to really get stuck into with a deep dive. Too much footy is never enough on Fox.
Sometimes life just doesn't go your way. Your pre-game routine goes sideways. You just can't catch a break. All the footy gods just aren't on your side. Clangers happen.
But thanks to AME Clangers for Good, your footy clanger could win you or your club a share of $250,000.
Enter now and tell us your clanger for a chance to win.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Only wish Lily Frio fan was here.
Your shave with Gillette Labs. The Flex Disc turns with your face for an unbeatably smooth finish. Gillette Labs, unbeatably smooth.
The Quarter Pounder Deluxe looks familiar from the waist down, but where fresh lettuce and tomato hits the juicy beef patty, that's where it earns the deluxe title.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Hot deal. Lily 6-piece outdoor setting. Perfect for lounging or dining under $2,000. Save $125 on the Evergill Kiln R gas pizza oven. Now only $873. Best prices at Harvey Norman now.
How about the grown-ups were talking?
Man.
What's up with your face?
I grew up in a small country town called Northampton. Mum was one of 4 girls. For her to have 3 boys would have been a shock to the system. Our dentist was hundreds of kilometres away. Colgate's how we used to make sure we kept our dental hygiene up. For Mum, that was just a non-negotiable. I've got a daughter who's nearly 2. She's hilarious. She always does a little grin when she's brushing her teeth. I just want to take care of her the same way Mum did with us.
Tundra, Toyota's flagship truck. It's here and it's ready for everything. Ready to be felt. ready to be seen. And now with free on-road costs, plus a $10,000 end of financial year bonus. Question is, are you ready for it? Toyota Tundra, ready for everything and available now. Toyota.
Yeah, I'll be more specific. I reckon we've been Bunnings the last 3 times, and hoping players are listening.
Rossline making sure his Saints know that their recent form against the Dogs has not been good enough. They have only won once in their last 6, but it's very much game on here at Martin Stadium now. They lead it by 2 points. As I welcome David Speed out into the newsroom, and their course today hasn't been helped by the fact that their defense out of the game.
One of their best players, and we're just talking about the England movements. Obviously, some pretty concerning signs from the Saints with Jack Sinclair moved out of the game. As you follow up on concern that he was that big. So you seem to be thinking behind the goals. It doesn't look great, obviously. It's only his goal. Off the ground pretty completely out of the movement at the time. So you have concern that he was on the program in the process. So it's a pretty devastating sign for the Saints again without their co-captain for the foreseeable future. And we'll see what the Saints have to say about that across the course of the week when they undoubtedly get scans.
Jono and Della, Rossline have to rework that whiteboard with one of the key moves out.
Normally comes through the corridor, and that's what's being able to break it open for St Kilda with their ball moving in a really positive way.
I reckon they hold what they were doing. So they were in a market. Sinclair went off the ground. Yeah, they were still able to score and move the football. So with the Wagon and Galera already there, you have at least one distributor that you can try and get the football to. But I think that the big story is this ruck battle. We'll keep a very close eye on it if it is to continue. But in summary, typically she's taking extra bounce and rolling forward and trying to really stretch St Kilda's defence with an extra tool.
I've been enjoying this song a lot more when they go to bed.
The ground. So we know St Kilda has the 2 ruck combination into Koning and Marshall. Can St Kilda expect the ball?
That's what I think of them every single day.
Well, that's right. That's the challenge, I think, more so for Marshall. In some ways, it just feels like they're trying to get more work into Marshall than what they are to Koning, and maybe that was just the structure of the first quarter, and then out of stoppages we had.
And you always got to love to surprise them with laughing emojis.
More often than not, he tried to push forward. He took a couple of marks as
Because it's always the best thing you'll give them.
Going the other way, probably nil all in regards to where it sat in that first quarter. English is a forward had no impact though, so that didn't work for what the Bulldogs were trying to do.
What did work?
All right, moving on.
Disposal of the 3 clearances in that first quarter.
Saints with the last 3
So,
goals of the first
underway in the second quarter.
Second quarter gets underway. English with an emphatic tap that time.
Bullshit, no.
Looks one advantage.
There was no holding.
No, they're looking at whether a couple were saying that Wagon and Miller had it in his hands and dropped it again.
On to Impelli. High raking ball. Norton!
So realistic attempt.
Get near it. Front and centre Richards. He's grabbed by Stocker. Loose pill. Ball to be won. Hall fishes it off the ground. Scoops it out to Wanganeen Miller. Back to Hall. Hugs the boundary, and that's neat work.
It was very good. Caminiti slow to get up. He was the one who copped the big hit in that marking contest.
Wanganeen Miller overclubs the kick. Fell to Butterick by hand. Frazier with a bit of company. Then just hoiks one up into the air. Jones at the mark.
Hardy looks around. Plants his foot into it. Heads the English direction through Wilkie's hands. It could get touched. Burns can rush this through without any danger of a free. Ends up in the gutter.
What you do love about that Norton attack on the football is you ask the question to Caminiti, do you want to stand there again? Because he comes through full speed and has the knee up to protect himself and takes a few on the way.
Old school stuff. I love it.
Neat kick to Wilkie. Sauter off half back. Down the line.
excellent mark.
It's a good form, Sharman.
Seeing them well. Pokes the ball towards half forward. It's a poor option at the end, and Camus. Easy cut off. Aggressive kick to Kennedy was accurate. Now that opens up Bontempelli's going to pack it in front of him. Kicks it long. It's not the best kick in the world.
Very lucky you turned that over.
It's the worst kick Marcus has ever done. It's a high standard, though.
He looks his absolute best at the moment as well. He was injured for a while a few weeks ago. He's playing with the knee strapped up. There's no strapping on the knee. And he looks in for a big afternoon, Marcus Bontempelli. It's like one of those old brick statues come to life. It's just if you asked AI, build me a footballer, it would probably build you Marcus Bontempelli or Luke Jackson or maybe a 6'7" Nick Dacos. Accidental 6'7" sorry.
Vega, Hasty, Higgins, Wanganeen Miller blazing through the middle. Low direct ball up the spine. O'Donnell taken high.
Bullshit!
So that just highlights the risk if you don't have your number one rucky. You're going to concede.
How is that a clean shot of the arms?
And try and rebound off halfback.
Frazier inside to Richards who made the commitment.
hate this rule.
Didn't take him down. Now Norton is in position A with Fly. What a pick up Silvani's been. And he has been amazing all season, Jack Silvani.
Agreed, Wayne. He has been brilliant. As a defender, goes forward, has an impact as a forward when required as well.
Congratulations, Jasper, hitting over 100 subs.
128 games for the Blues.
Grew so fast. Continue building more subscribers. More content you make, more subs you get. Fuck yourself, you fucking stupid cheat.
And another quick snap for a goal. Man that signed that extension during the week.
Did John allow him to stay on and wear that jumper?
It's a very good question.
Continue on in the James record holders old number 6.
We've had a chat about that, Tony. Of course not.
That's to get approval by the one and only. But they've done this a few times, so we saw a couple of quick kicks from contest in the first quarter that resulted in the same 6 points. It's quick hands. The more and more I watch of West, and I respect the way he goes about his football and accepting of his role, but a lot of his work's done in so many tight. Have to see it on replay to see the impact. The quick hands gives it out to the scorer.
In your old number 6 or Charlie Sutton's, John?
Oh, Charlie Sutton, Georgie Bissett.
Yes.
Champions, legends.
Just keep rolling them out. Some great names. What a great footy club this is. Two great old school footy clubs. Head to head. No silver spoon fed footy clubs. These two Nanners on the bounce. Takes them all on. Don't let my babies out here.
Isaiah.
Hands it back to Naz. Down the spine. Paul looks around. Looks up to see what he's got on offer. Wilson's his go-to.
Wilson.
He holds it up in the middle.
Darcy Wilson.
Ryan.
Almost a line off hands to Dale. Dale tucked it under the arm. And then ferociously runs and spears one to English. Dogs by 5. Big goal for the quarter so far. Off the boot of Hines, that kick.
Turn it on.
Short and Casey went it a lot better. More to Windhager. Windhager's entry inside, attacking 50 cars. Didn't do enough. Felder
Go, Ryan.
Ryan trucks one, goes for goal. He's in.
Bullshit.
Last line. Caulfield.
Tommy Koenig still down. Copped a knee. I think it was from Karmas on the way through with that last inside 50.
Fuck's sake, Tom the Coning's down.
It's interesting because they have been stopping for things like that. As Jones 3 to beat out there, doesn't beat them all. So they handle back Garcia inside.
Windhager.
They stop it here. They should. They don't. He goes to the pocket. Jarman. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jarman.
5. Yeah, so they stop it now.
He's up and moving.
Okay. So.
He is coming to the bench, though, guys, in the hands of the doctor and trainer.
It's Jonesy, who didn't catch up with news earlier. Jack Sinclair out with calf Achilles injury, lower end calf strain.
Got the
out
knee
for
right in the
the
wrist,
game.
mate.
And De Koning off, and Caminiti caught one earlier. It's been a ripper, this game to watch. That's a miss to the near side. You have joined us late. The opening 3 goals of the game, the Dogs, and then the Saints responded with 3 of their own, and it's been pretty tight since then.
It's those sort of kicks that you just don't have to go back for, but Tom DeConing chose to.
That was picked at Caulfield, spoiled by Woods. Throw in, good result for the Saints. Seeing that Saints supporters don't want to see another player heading down the race, this time TDK. Kelly in the ruck. It's down to Liberatore. Tries to shrug the attentions of 2 Saints. Ball spills. Garcia got rid of it. Hard football to win over there. Good over the top. Richards toughing the clinches.
I think in this scenario here, we're going to see again another ball like Bontempelli again versus Marshall. There's so many numbers around it anyway. Marshall needs to get forward, do something different here to potentially drag one of the key mids for the Dogs away after contest.
We'll take it out of the air and pass it to Higgins, although Higgins couldn't get there in time, ball in. But you're right, this is going to be an interesting tactical battle between Luke Beveridge in his 12th season as coach and Ross Lyon, 5 seasons, 8 seasons, 4 seasons of the 3 clubs that he's been to. Saints first time, now back at the Saints the second time.
Bontempelli with the second effort, long ball towards the wing. Norton's there, Jones with some silky work, and then he was taken down.
Shit.
Kennedy, the advantage was paid. English flares it to Kennedy, almost stolen by Burns. Loops the handball over the top, sits up for Darlow Kay. Kept his composure well. That's a beautiful kick behind. Kicked the only goal of the quarter so far. Lifts his eyes, looks for a lead. Called to play on. Forced to play on towards Norton.
Bullshit, Telstra.
Crash it out of play. Slip. And now the Dogs have a chance to run it. Bontempelli, Croft gave it to Richards. Has a bounce. Sizes them up and sized up.
Oh, shit.
So he can't stop that one. You can't give him 50 away.
That's 50, and that wasn't required from Jack.
Oh, was it?
In regards to
How is that fucking 50 metres? Bullshit.
But that one on that occasion just wasn't required. He was never making that contest to spoil.
About to send this into the third
Fuck
row.
you, Andrew Dillon. Fuck you.
Well, simple there for the Dogs. Thanks for coming out. Back to an 11-point margin.
Well, it's good conversion. That's been the difference this quarter. Both have had the same
Andrew
again
Dillon,
opportunities
big
going
fat
450.
bullhead.
It was just the slip on the far side that allowed the turnover once again for the Dogs. So when Andy Richards gets involved, normally makes really good decisions. Silvanius couldn't make up that ground. That's just clumsy and late. An obvious free kick after the fact. Just the Saints just slow to find their opponents. And yeah, great lead. That's just fantastic technique from Norton to keep moving and forcing Silvani into some really difficult defensive decisions.
Aaron Norton, he's kicked 3 or more goals in the last 3 games that he's played against St Kilda. And his Nova's just starting to run with his first goal today. Bontempelli, first access out of the middle. Sanders runs on by, picked up by Garcia. He's under pressure now to Butler. Butler can use Burns. Burns stops and goes. Looks for a man inside 50. Good work to Wilson.
Wilson, good.
Just chased his angles. Done a really good job defensively, the Dogs. Even just to force Burns onto his non-preferred to the near side. But as soon as he cut back in, created so many more options. And it's Wilson running the corridor pattern. This man's getting better every week.
Price going up every week as well. That's a sign.
20-year-old, the work in progress. Rising star line, best emerging player in 2024. He just keeps getting better.
Go the
Price
Saints.
will keep skyrocketing with kicks like that.
was good pressure once again. They've been able to build off the back of pressure today, Tal, and it was pressure on the Marcus Bontempelli handball to Sanders, and then cleaned up by Butler. And beautiful step back inside, opens up the world for Wilson to run into. Charging down Wilson, top screen, yellow boots, cut back. More importantly, had to go back and finish his work.
A pretty good draft as well, 2023. Harley Reid, Nick Watson, Nate Caddy. The few really starting to rise as long-term stars out of that draft. Wilson and Rogers, and want to get his signature as soon as possible. Lob in the right, Marshall against him. Bontempelli wreaking havoc.
Reverse glitch.
Feeds it past West, trouble.
Here we go.
Blake mopped it up.
Marshall now.
Under some pressure, got a kick away. Bouncing ball, Selwood caught by the ear, down to Bramble.
The ball.
O'Donnell, lob.
Come on.
Fuck's sake. Inside the Sanders. Ball gets it back. Game to Burns.
Aye.
Just got him a little over the shoulder.
Hill.
Fast footy at the moment. Hill. After Wood, who just sinks the slipper into it. Ryan waits at
Come
the
on,
back.
Ryan.
Almost goes to end.
Get it, Ryan.
Seeing it over to
Oh, that's fast-paced
It
again.
is. Saints starting to get some control of the centre square. Ball ups 7-4, and 5 of those have come through Garcia. So he's the man in the middle of the ground that's getting his hands on the football for the Saints.
And if the Bulldogs do win at the last two centre-bouts, the pressure's been there to cause a cough up and turnover.
the power play, if you like, with De Koning off the ground. Sinclair out for the day. Bontempelli goes himself, taken
on the ball.
Who just would not give in that battle, and he's rewarded.
Seen a bit of Cripps as well, rucking for Carlton. Where's the stars out a bit of they ruck as well? It's a harder task.
Black ball here, Bontempelli and off.
You have to hold up play. Rowan Marshall's already in the top of his mark. He's not sure what's going on.
For 21.
The blood rule. Alright, so Marcus Bontempelli's bleeding from the leg. The blood rule.
That's up to 20 disposals for the Saints.
So hopefully we kick this goal, we'll hit the lead.
Neil, who hasn't touched it this second quarter after having a fantastic opening term.
Time best first quarter for Lockie with Neil.
Rowan Marshall. So he had set himself.
Oh, Marshall. Can you put this through?
Time just to mark time and now reset.
Can he do it?
Not the easiest of assignments from outside 50.
Oh, shit.
Incident. Throw and lashed himself into the deck as well. Hines, he's a solo over his head. Silvani again saves the day. Little fumble accidentally out of play. Had a little investment in the long-term battle.
TDK is back. Sorry, Dwayne. They're looking like he is prepared to head back out there, which is great news for the Saints.
Yes.
Patting there on the rib cage now. For De Koning.
Good, we need him out there.
And sucker marks on his back as well. He's had some treatment on that back during the week. Frazier, Richards, Silvani has been following him.
Shit.
Matty Jones about to send the Dogs inside 50.
Bloody Silvani. Come on.
Jones, match 28. To the pocket. They fly. No mark. Hasty immediately grabs. And a stalemate.
Looks like Brad Hill's being sent back into a half-back role, maybe to replace the Sinclair injury.
Lob and Marshall go at it. Fell to McRae, 12 years as a dog. Wilson round the corner. Sharman off hands. Bills to Kennedy. Kennedy just hacks it. Bouncing ball, bit of a chaos ball. Jones grabbed it. They grabbed him.
It's an opportunity also for St Kilda to set the field again. The Dogs have got 3 extras behind the football, so if they are to win it, it'll be coming back pretty quickly.
Marshall go to the air, go to the hall, hunt it down, but shook off Jones, spears it to Garcia. It just came off the bench.
perfect timing that way. He literally just stepped on the field.
Yeah, but admittedly earlier, he would have marked it outside the field of play.
Play on.
Heads toward half forward. He was hoping for a rhyme, but he would have taken Sharman.
Couldn't take them all.
Frazier. Trying to spend it wisely to O'Donnell. Not clear. Now in some trouble with Vittori. Slick hand. He was hit late.
Bullshit!
He's been paid, but he is really slow to get up, O'Donnell. In the meantime, Kennedy bangs it long. Any option is a good option. Kennedy. Luke Kennedy towards Lewis.
Get him!
Seems on him. Takes him on. English.
Bullshit!
Stuck in the back door.
Bullshit!
Richards. Did Lewis see English then?
Yes, definitely looked at
You realise a pass?
Yes, definitely passed. There's the story though in that passage of play was O'Donnell releasing, and just a big bump there by Ryan.
It wasn't high, it was all
That was not a downfield free.
perfectly off. Yeah, the bump's not dead. Don't let anyone tell you that. Richards.
Lucky he missed it.
Had a really good month, Ed Richards, after, by his standards, a slower start to the season. Last month has been exceptional.
Wood takes the mark outside defensive 50. Got it to Hill. Now McRae. Kicked it really low. Skittles 3 or 4 of them. Now Butterick by hand. Oh, it was an errant hand pass. Wasn't the best one to come us. Higgins came in with Precious. Selwood, Sanders, Selwood coughed it up. Grab by Dakota. Kick their pocket. Kick inside.
Ah, sake!
Stage of O'Donnell has been able to pick himself up and gathers the football. Dog supporters happy to see that. Got it to McNeil, who is in an absolute
Go, Ryan.
runs and then kicks towards half forward over the head of Richards. A bit wasteful and out.
That was a superb chase from Ryan. He was never going to get there, but just forced the kick a little bit quicker.
He's looking for a rotation.
Yes, he's just spot on, Jono.
Go back.
He was right next to the bench and no one stood up to help him.
Burns.
Burns, come on, Burns, step up.
He's asking again.
Come off.
That's the thing, you have a fresh player at the start of the game who comes off, you've got a tired player who can't get a rotation.
Marshall good hands.
Seems the wrong way around there.
To the side of Nate Miller, who's just off the bench. Wood. Not away from home, but he goes to the
Higgins!
Higgins.
Bullshit!
The line, but not for the umpire. They brought it to ground. Then it
It's a mark!
doubled free once he hit the deck.
The passage of play was unbelievably good from St Kilda back through the corridor. Everything had worked perfectly to that point there.
Yeah, okay. Didn't control it. The umpire said it.
The first, you need to just take it clean first time.
Crowd hushes to Cody. The shallow throw in, hit it hard. Sanders fumbles. Kennedy.
Here's
Back to
Cody.
Trying to barge his way through. Lost the football. Frazier off a step. Lott's got 2 to beat. Wilkie and Woods diffuse.
We've got ourselves a fantastic contest. You look through the stat lines and the key ones, Jono, they're pretty much exactly the same in all the key metrics. Contested possession in favour of St Kilda, inside 50, slightly in favour of St Kilda, but scoreboard-wise, it's about right.
Two of the great long-term, all-time great coaches as well. One with a flag, one without one still, even though he's been in a few grand finals. Ross Lyon, Caulfield crashed it down. Marshall lays the tackle.
Look at him, he's
Throws his hard in those grand finals down.
We've done it a few times. What it looks like, Tono.
I'm loving that by Marshall because when he's tackling, he's putting the big 110-kilo frame on top of the key midfielders for the Bulldogs.
Marshall goes himself, threw it out. Bramble had it, lost it. Frazier kicks smothered. Sanders grabbed.
You were there for both the Mill and Bad Bats bounce and the Scarlet takeover.
I was somewhere in the vicinity. That's fine.
Double check.
Sounded like we were fake laugh there.
That made me happy.
Of course, the grand final of Fremantle as well. Ross Lyon, but he couldn't get over the top of the Hawks in that one.
Way to throw Dell off his game in the first part of the broadcast.
Only off a game he played yesterday too.
Marshall slapped it down to McRae. Just got it out to Sharman in time. He had a little bit of an opportunity to sky one towards De Koning and then just an absolute kennel of dogs.
Might have kicked the match winner as well.
Oh, so we can wrap him up. Kicked the match winner yesterday for a local club, doing the right thing and giving back to local footy. Our great Nick D'Alessandro, 322 games worth, 260 of them with the Saints, and the Bulldogs game for record holder Brett Johnson also with us on Fox Footy. We'll see you put in this Caulfield sees that almost coughed up and get a ball in with 5:51 left in the second.
Some field position here, the Saints. They'd love to capitalise. Kennedy back in, English back in the ruck. So, preferred match up there.
Marshall progresses at 20 metres. Higgins hit it hard. They've got him. He got rid of it though. Now Sia wiping the football off Butterick. Eventually tumbling out.
Rucks. Tim, Rowan.
Are you really positive, Goff play?
Out of the nostrils.
Yeah, see you later.
4-point ball game at Marvel. Sunday ticket on Fox. English tapped it down, grabbed by Hall, given to Butler. Butler off a step towards goal. And O'Connell with that crucial tap over.
That was the one. That was the opportunity the Saints were looking for. Released through the contest, out the back to a clear teammate. Butler just couldn't get the step and strength on the kick to nail that opportunity.
You got a mark. Oh, shit.
Well, he got the match up there, Carnus versus Lake. That's why he was able to take that grab.
So there goes for the fist, knocks it down to Lawrence. Inside to Garcia.
Garcia.
They can get it. Wilkie. Windhagen. Inside, McRae, Hill. All the usual suspects. Sends it long. O'Donnell goes for the safety first option. Could have marked, but thumps it 30 metres clear. And McNeil convinces everybody that that was sufficient intent.
A couple of good moments from O'Donnell. Got that huge hit only moments ago in the last 5 or so minutes from Ryan. He's had a couple of fantastic spoils. He's got the tough matchup with Tom De Koning, so he's given away quite a few inches.
English at the back. He's manufactured a deliberate tool rate. Great fished it up, keeps it moving. Windhagen. Wanganeen was just able to get away from his opponent. And now the ball had some time.
Oh, wide kick. Go for goal.
Hines, Camus, Selwood, Hines. He gets rid of it. Dale kept it going. And now Bramble can run. Bramble can run. Higgins chasing him down. Bramble with a couple of bounces. And then pokes it along the boundary. That'll do. West kept it in. Plays on urgently. Kick's not good enough towards the pocket over the head of Silvani, and Lewis sees it out.
Well, he did so much right to get the ball with Cedar Wing. Fantastic trying to handle off the half-back line through the Dogs. Just that last kick from West inside forward 50 had multiple options, didn't find any of them.
Higgins a little spent in his return game. Comes off for a rest. Saints have been kicking 100 points plus more regular this season they have been for quite a while. They threaten a big score on you. Sanders central. Lob. A few to beat. Lewis down there. 3 to beat. It's hard to beat Silvani. He's trying to forward to Hill. Snyder. Luke Kennedy can't trap it. Toe poke was good from Wilkie. Wood around the body. Bouncing ball. Kennedy gets something in the knockdown.
Shit.
Butterick. O'Donnell. And a sizzler inside 50. Miss Sanders. The scoop.
Bullshit.
Nobody does it better. He's a great god. Come to life.
Fucking stupid Andrew Dillon.
Come to the footy and sometimes you see things down and you just go, wow. It does. It makes you sit back and just admire how good a footballer this man is, because to pick this up at pace, clean, one-hand turn goal is unbelievable.
He's just too good. He's just too good. 6'4", playing as a key forward in this moment. We know he's the best on-baller in the country. You can't defend it. It's just simply undefendable.
Even Garcia goes, he's going to fumble that surely.
No, 1 mid, swoop onto your preferred left peg, round the body. Well done, superstar.
Made it look simple. Back in the middle.
That was high.
Top again and wins it for the Dogs to English.
That was high.
Kicks it forward towards West. Stocker with the spoil. Hines tries to gather. He fished it off the ground. Could have been a throw. Play on the call. Kills the first one there with Kennedy and Kennedy. Kennedy squared and throw in.
Look at that. So he just reads the play prior to Garcia. Yes, he had front position. Put an extra metre on him by just reading the cues a little bit earlier.
He knew where the space was. He knew where he was turning before he picked the ball up.
Well, shit.
Seven-time All-Australian as well. Marcus Bonapelli on the way to there. Maybe his eighth. North gets some hang time. Couldn't bring it down. Mainly Miller under pressure. To Hasty. Runs an offensive goal square with Garcia. Riding shotgun for him. Had a bounce. Thumps it along. Lake's got a couple of feet. Got up there the kid. Knocked it down. McNeil throws it. Flings it to the bomb. Who's been everywhere. To Bramble. Little dance step.
Dance step glitch. Piss off.
Another touch. A good touch by Capone as well. And that ball got through to Kennedy. One of those ones that's paid, but it did look like a legitimate touch.
He's finished second in a Brownlow twice, Marcus Bonapelli. Could have some votes this year. Every game this year after missing the first 5 games last year and still getting an All-Australian blazer. Kennedy to finish off a good few minutes here.
Bullshit.
Never ending for Matthew Kennedy. Voting contest between these two. Hope you're enjoying it as much as we're enjoying bringing it to you.
Well, now it's their efficiency inside forward 50 that's becoming the difference. So they win the ball back through the midfield, just front half. Bramble's had a couple of really good moments. Just that slight change of direction once again. Tommy Coney might have got a feather on him. It wasn't enough to deviate the football, so the umpires paid that as a mark. So they've been inside forward 50 23 times, which is 4 less than St Kilda for the half. Yeah, they kicked 7 goals for. It's great efficiency. Pelly, who we're praising rightly so, up to 14 disposals, going at 86% by foot. On the other hand, Asai Wanganeen-Malera up to 24, which I think is a career best for a half of football.
The last 5 goals to the Dogs in the middle. Garcia to Windhager. Short one, set up for Burns. Goes left.
Come on, Burns.
Back to Hasty. Sweeps back with a dangerous kick to Garcia, then to Stocker. So they've got enough reinforcements here. So then he stops the rot and just goes long. Look at the fly for Brian.
Fuck's sake.
Bodies everywhere. Bottom Valley. Hines. Buderick. Over the top to Jones. Hines keeps running. And now to Norton, who's virtually on his own in the wing. He can keep them moving.
He's got plenty of options. Richards overcooked it. Frazier, might have got caught high. Umpire said no, he didn't. Wilkie out wide. Down from Norton. Gill. Got away with it. Now, Wilson sees it. McDonald down the third game is down. McDonald's been down a couple of times in this quarter.
Just got to his feet just then, Tony. So the huge pack comes. Skittled the pack. That was enormous.
Glenn Ryan's heard your call and sent Shea Bolton's mark. He wants to beat it. Matty, he knows that Shea Bolton's now the clubhouse leader.
It's exciting, isn't it? Have more of it. Very encouraging of it. As Liberatore bunts it inside 50. Bouncing ball hit hard by Sharman. Pack forms.
So Ross Lyons put Sharman behind the football for the last 90 seconds. Got to hold tough for another 50. Don't want to concede any more goals. Get through to half-time and reset. So they've sent the key forward behind the footy as the extra.
Coney goes early. Jones had it, lost it, and then affects the standing tackle.
Coney. Knocks it down towards Hasty. Would have been an option, but caught in the meantime by that West ball battle. 50 seconds still remaining. Anything could happen here. So Wanganeen-Miller had it stolen from him by Frazier. Loops it to the near side, only 8 behind. So do they want to take it on here or not, the Saints? And Naz might go. We might not.
Salter. The square goes for a larger direction. Out of play. It's going to be a throw in. So someone adds to it. Points back in to Coney. Tips it down to Garcia. Tumbling ball. Ryan with a couple to beat. Goes the fist, but Camus is there. Back to O'Donnell, who's picked himself up again. He's had a tough second quarter. Hines goes long towards half forward, but it's going to be too late. Siren sounds after St Kilda leading by 2 points at quarter time.
47.
Western Bulldogs in the second term with 4 of the 5 goals, bar for the Wilson Saints goal. And at the main break, it's the Western Bulldogs leading by 16. Big second quarter from the Western Bulldogs, but no doubt, Dwayne, the Bontempelli goal was the highlight of the day so far.
There's a lot of just 8 of 23 home and away games left for these two after today. Both have to bye next week, so I'll give everything they've got in the second half and then head into the bye, knowing they've got just 8 weeks left in the shuffle up for spots in the top 10 and more importantly in the top 6 if you want to win the flag.
Sinclair going off the ground in the first quarter. De Koning was down off the ground for a little while. Let's catch up with him, with Sarah.
Tom, first of all, how's the body? Was it your rib?
Yeah, just the ribs. Just got a little bit of the knee, but yeah, big sore, but it'll be alright.
It's a tight contest, but the Dogs were able to really get on top, particularly in the contested ball stakes. Is that an area you're going to need to address?
Yeah, 100%. Going into the game, we knew they were a strong contested side, and we need to bring that and match them, and also our pressure as well, so that's something we'll need to raise in the second half.
And they've got their handball going as well. Is that a focus to quell that?
Yeah, we knew they loved their handball club at training, so yeah, it's definitely a thing we need to stop. And yeah, just getting numbers forward in their face, that's probably going to be the most important thing.
You've earned a rest. We'll let you get in there.
Thanks, Jonesy.
Big second half coming up on Fox Footy on the Sunday ticket. It's the Western Bulldogs leading by 16. And don't forget on Wednesday, live on Main Event, Queensland's Liam Parrow chases Australian sporting history in a world title blockbuster, while Nelson Asofa Solomona and George Burgess settle a rivalry a decade in the making.
Wednesday, Main Event brings you a double dose of boxing chaos. Kicks off with a rugby league heavyweight slobber knocker. Wow, that power is scary. Nelson Asofa Solomona versus George Burgess. These terrifying giants, 260 kilos between them. Yeah, 260 kilos.
Would we like to see it, ladies and gentlemen? They fly down and an epic here.
A feud built over a decade on the field. That'll be finished with one punch. The appetizer for one of world boxing's most significant fights of the year. The IBF welterweight world title, a belt made famous by names like Mayweather, Crawford, Spence. And when you talk about the kid who spent his life beating the odds, this is the guy. Liam Parrow, every ounce of rugged grit you'd expect from a boxer born and bred in outback North Queensland. Tore through the hottest contenders on the way to the top. As a raging 7-1 underdog, produced one of the greatest upsets in modern boxing to secure championship gold. Now, this hard-hitting cowboy chases Australia's sporting history. Can become the first Aussie-born male since the legendary Jeff Fenwick to win world titles in 2 weight divisions. To get there, gotta conquer the reigning king, Lewis Crocker. An undefeated Northern Irishman known as the Croc, not just because of that name, for his elite power, how he drowns his opponent in pressure for 12 rounds to finish it with one brutal shot. Victory here, life-changing, Mega fights with American superstars like Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and Rolly Romero next. Yeah, this one's big. Wednesday, world title boxing comes back to Brisbane. It's Paro and Crocker, Sofa Solomona and Burgess, and it's only on Main Event. You're watching Sunday Ticket on Fox. Brought to you by Euro, the official partner of Footy Feeds.
Coles. Footy fans can score more with the Coles goal. Friday's goal.
Alright, I'm going to have some lunch and I'll see you at the second half. Hang on. G'day, Jakey, the Essendon Bomber. Hope you're having a good weekend. Sorry to hear about your I think your team losing last couple games. Got the bye this week for your team. For next week, playing North Melbourne though. So, but yeah, we've got to win today, the Saints, to jump into the top 10. So, we need to have a better second half, or otherwise I'm going to be angry about it. So, alright, I'm going to go make some lunch, and I'll see you guys in the second half. All right. See what we produce today. All right, so I'm back. Coburg beat Port Melbourne 103 to 86. Sandringham lost to Tassie Devils 112 to 148. Awesome news. St Kilda are destroying the Footscray Bulldogs in the VFL. 125 to 88 St Kilda's way. 125 St Kilda. Footscray Bulldogs 88. And Richmond are losing 51. North Melbourne 122 in the VFL. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Laughing emojis. Yep. They definitely suck big time. Jakey. Richmond totally suck. Laughing emojis, laughing emojis, laughing emojis. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Laughing emojis. Saints beat Footscray. Suck. Fuck you, Austin. Go Saints. You got to search him up on YouTube. So. So this is the link. Not sure if you can get in, but or just type.
Over at a crucial stage. Marshall scooped it to Garcia to Windhager, swept the handball to Burns.
It's got that little weird profile picture and a very weird ugly face. So he lives in the USA.
Last line. Miller might be on track for a record this year for me to
Sorry.
say. Marcus Bonapelli has a couple of bounces. On track for a K this year. Not many players have had a K this year for me this game long.
So the AFL Saints won. Let's see if the AFL Saints can define the match fixing.
Two superstars taking it on. Bonapelli, Wanganeen, Miller up that fly. Jones got the climb. English got the Sharon.
Get him.
Back into the team this week, Lockie Neal. Fifth game. Been a survivor. The enlisted re-rookie by the Dogs a few years ago. And that's for the biggest
Bullshit. It's match fixing.
momentum to start the second half.
Strong work by Tim English in the marking contest at half forward was able to push across. Created a score for himself, but knew exactly where the ball was going to come. Off his hand, worked onto it. McNeil's had his best half of football in Doc's colours. He's now up to 15 disposals and got his goal, but he had 12 for the first term. Able to get in behind the defence of the Saints on that occasion and snap truly.
He's got a career high of 18 disposals. He's already up to 15. He had 12 of those as he touched on Jono in the first quarter, so he's on track.
Tom De Koning has been ruled out of the game with that rib injury, guys. A bit of a shock after we spoke to him at half-time, but obviously feeling some discomfort in the rooms at the half-time change.
Fuck's sake.
Out of the middle, Kennedy, tumbling ball out towards the wing. McNeil and Hasty, good foot race. Hasty puts his body there. Wanganeen Miller with a little toe poke. Burns, Wanganeen Miller are running for him, but he was grabbed by young Kennedy, who kicked his first goal in AFL earlier today. Luke Kennedy with the free kick. Tough day at the office for the Saints with both Tom De Koning and Jack Sinclair ruled out of the game.
The two prime movers as well, mate. You think about their point of difference. They've got the two-ruck system, which has been working okay, and they've got one of their best ball users off half back out. Now to the Dogs on the scoreboard and remaining players.
Yeah, Teddy K also number 4 in the AFL this year for score launches. So he's having a pretty good season. Under the radar in a way. Silver
No, he touched it. Bullshit.
takes it, gave it off to Caulfield, who drives it along. Norton's there, Silvani's there. Jones flies, gets to his own advantage. With past a couple, McNeil had his own Sharon off the Sharon.
That wasn't 15.
Lost to required according to the umpire.
That was not 15.
Not sure if that was the intended target from Nick McNeil, who we've been speaking very highly on. I think it was the option a little bit deeper in the pocket in English. Not sure if it's 15, but it was counted anyway.
Yeah. So this is the biggest margin the Dogs have had to the game. They led by 18 early, the first 3 goals of the game. De Koning and Sinclair out for the Saints now. Chance for a 28-point margin.
I think he missed it. Sucker fat one.
Miller up. 3 games away from his 100th. The congestion on the wing. Over the back it goes. Hines taken to ground by Lake. Ball goes good.
Just 3 remaining on the bench for St Kilda. They're all standing up, ready to do their rotations. Puck's coming on for Garcia. He'll go straight to Bontempelli.
It's the Cody injury there, just the knee to the ribs. Coming back. Palmas on the fly.
Bontempelli. Got the ruck work. Tumble ball towards Norton. Norton with Silvani on his hammer. Norton got rid
Come
of
on,
it.
Saints. Oh my God!
By Hines. Hines dodges and then kicks inside 50. Saints have numbers. Wilkie back with the flight of the ball. Was able to control it okay. And then Stocker flares at the Burns.
Also on the run. Put out in front of him so he can run on. That was brilliant. He takes on Kelly.
Hurry up, kick it!
Little one with Chum. Gathers inside the boundary. Buffers his target. Dale about to get there ahead of time. He could hit, but they got him in a hurry. Blake
On the ball! How is that not ball?
lifts it back to Sharman. It's a pretty good spot with the kick. Banging in Miller up. Or Marshall. Banging in Miller was edged out illegally. He mesmerised the ball there. The Dungeon.
Maziah's ball.
He's almost playing the perfect role, Jono. It's just going to wherever you think you can impact. He's coming
That's
off half
Tassie, he's
back.
number 1.
They're clearly
Cool
going in there
number.
wanting to give it to their best
Tom
series and
Antipas,
one of the
number
best
2,
boys
Robbie
in the
Font.
competition, which is right.
Hugh Dixon.
And then he has the luxury and the freedom to roll forward. Hines under a little bit of pressure defensively.
He's bringing the ball in from behind.
Come on, Maziah. Put it through.
He's on track to have a game this week, coming on a 32 possession game last week. This is huge.
Go the Saints.
And then $2 million per season man is worth every cent.
That's kick number 23 for the game for Manganese Miller. It's been an outstanding performance.
We're still in it.
And his ability to just to push in all areas of the ground. He's got the freedom to move, and the pressure he puts on. Hines here grabs.
So we spoke about him at half time, and he was on 25 disposals at that stage. He's already had another 5. We said, if you're Luke Beveridge, do you start to lock him down now and actually try and take the threat away, even though the scoreboard is clearly in your favour, Jono?
Well, that's the question that needs to be asked in the coach's box for the Western Bulldogs now. This can't become a 35-40 kick game for Messiah Wanganeen Miller. That spells trouble for the Bulldogs.
Kicking efficiency at 80%. Fraser beats 1, beats 2 to the punch, and then straight down the spine.
Look, sake! Oh, you're lucky he missed the he hit the post.
Yeah, I saw that. That was just after the ruck tap. He just clashed shoulders at ground level.
Yeah. Holding play for a second debate. Might have him come off here, which means if that's an issue, that could be 3 down.
Hopefully it's just an AC joint and they can put a little squirt in that and numb it for the next hour and a half, and he's okay to keep going.
Looks like that, yeah. Just let the doctor know that I'm okay.
Well,
For the minute anyway.
Yeah, the big man. Jack Higgins is going to have to run. To go him off.
And knowing him a little bit, he'd probably back himself in as well.
That's true. Down the spine, good grab. Superior strength and experience there. Back inside 50, fists come. Hits the deck. Rock bladed tackle. Hasty. Banging in Miller. Doing it at both ends. Wilkie hammers it wide. Can Sharma get there? He took really at the moment, and he got there in time.
Ryan Marshall coming off the ground, still in a lot of discomfort with that shoulder.
Can't hold it.
Switches on. Caminiti. Well, this is a dangerous kick. Crofts tried to interrupt Silvani, then Locke grabbed it. Silvani grabbed him, holding the football.
Great recovery by Silvani. Stop play on here now.
Come on.
And another Saint goes down the race in Marshall. It's been a dominant.
He touched it.
The injury front. Richards Richards.
Who is this umpire?
Thought about using Bontempelli, goes himself and then slips over and then puts himself in a bit of a pickle. And get out of it okay. The kick backwards to Caulfield. Couple of dogs out wide, including Dale. Dale with some room. Long, probing, speculator towards Lon and Silvani. Silvani on a free kick.
Three players for the Saints that are standing up defensively.
It's kind of weird they get them, though. That'll change you here. If they can get an English, get it craft, and they'll work back a little
Lucky
bit.
he missed it.
But they are against the Saints, against all odds. But this is the kind of day that can change things. If they can get it done. Began the round 10th, 6 wins, 8 losses. They've got a bye next week, as have the Dogs, to get over any issues they've got.
Silvani. Long floating ball.
Owens.
It from the side, couldn't mark. Richards darts, who then tackle.
And I think they're going to have to go to Mitch Owens as their number one ruck with the preferred two now. One out and one in question.
Owens goes himself in the ruck. Bontempelli scooped it out to Croft. Croft with a high ball to the top of the square. 3 on 3. Lewis is there scrapping for it. Wilkie.
What the fuck?
Lewis looking for 3. Round the corner.
He missed it. Good.
Conversion for the Dogs is now becoming an issue in this quarter. They've had a chance to gap the game in a significant way. Haven't been able to convert with a goal. So an opportunity for St Kilda if they use the ball well.
Hills to Silvani. Now out wide to Wood.
Here's Wood.
Side Wanganeen Miller.
Pass it to him! Here's Wanganeen Miller. Come on. Oh my God! Don't fumble! Ryan. So close.
Way too wide. Had a couple of huge weeks, but it hasn't been his day so far. Career high 6-2 last week. 5-1 against the Swans the week before.
Yes.
So they cough up the Dogs and Lake has the football inside attacking 50.
This is going to be his first kick today, Lake. He's had a couple of handballs so far. They've yet to kick the Sharon, so it's a huge one for the Saints.
And he's yet to kick a goal in his life. His third match.
Come on, Cable Lake.
Moments like these can lift teams in big matches. From 48, it's a good look.
Go to Saints!
They'll celebrate. It's the spark the Saints needed in the third term.
Two options and he picks option number 3, which is Lake just standing there, just in a defensive position. Couldn't read it out.
That's a huge shot for this young man in the game because the Bulldogs have missed opportunities. So, huge kick, big moment, now it deserves to celebrate.
You've been praising this guy recent weeks, John, for his work rate, his defensive efforts, but it's also nice to get on the scoreboard.
Yep, it certainly is. Saints injuries have had a couple in this game so far with Sinclair, McConaughey, and now Marshall out.
Clearance glitch. Holding the ball. Do something, Ryan.
Caminiti can get it. Almost the second grab at it. Almost the throw. Garcia going through his disadvantage 3. Richards grabbed that. Stayed alive. Caminiti arm free. Garcia, they're taking it on the Saints. The play, hunt it down. Got to kick it away.
Ryan, come on, Ryan.
He wants to go immediately to Wood. To
Wood.
Hall.
Hall.
He might go all the way home.
Come on, Hall.
Sizes up the big sticks.
Bullshit! Fucking run too far.
it short to Brambles, and they're mucking around with it here. Butterick. Big moment. Fraser. Half back line. Short. Liberatore. Floats it out to Caulfield. Short to Bontempelli. Piece by piece. Caulfield. Kick towards Lewis v. Caminiti. And Caminiti pulls some cold water over that situation.
Well, they had all the momentum to go back and measure it and work out how many steps actually took. But it's just that little feint that I reckon might have caught the umpire's eye. He went to kick it, took a couple extra to balance once again.
Moved out of the way.
12 steps.
Clear out.
Every step a little bit further than where the umpires doing some coaching at the moment too. They're umpiring, they're coaching. And for Saints fans, they've sucked the air out of the place. From the knockdown, towards the boundary, and the young umpire can do it again with the boos ringing around Marvel Stadium. Home game for both teams, but here's a Saints home game at this neutral venue.
See ya, Jakey. We'll see you later. Yeah. Hope you'll be back just before the end of this game. Hopefully decide this match fixing. So.
Really clever. Step through that little gap. It's always in the pocket and hit his target.
He has to do that in his game. That's the next level where Hines can really start to have an impact for the Bulldogs' composure with the ball. And he showed it on that occasion.
Missed at the other end through running too far. Go down the other end straight away. Slot one for the Dogs to push it back out to 20 point. Tim English about to come on, so I wonder if Luke Beveridge is going to change his tactic of playing and trying to stretch them forward. This is now an advantage in the ruck to the Dogs going up against Mitch Owens.
That's an advantage. Dill, about as far as all it. Long to Sharman. Boundary.
So Locke comes from the ground. He was the second ruck option the last 5 or so minutes. English back on, so he's going to go into the ruck. Close on John, how they structure up now.
Big one winner in that family when they go home. This is a draw, of course, there'll be two.
That's high. Was over Mitch Owens' shoulder.
Dumps it long. Ryan's down there. Jarman gets up there.
Jarman.
Gets to it. Jarman's trying to claim it.
Hiding the ball. That's ball. Clear as glitch.
Held his ground beautifully. Switches on to the outer side of Burns. Short to Hill. Less than 8 to play in this third term.
God.
Liberatore got rid of it in time. Bramble strikes the tackle, got rid of it, spilled to Lake.
Lake.
Some adrenaline flowing inside 50, but it was battered away by Croft. Spilled to
Messiah, come on. Ryan.
Coming in, Wood tried to gather the left hand and off his boot and out.
It's a great defensive game for both teams in this game.
It's been a great matchup. They and Ryan, the form of the competition the last couple of weeks. Rookie just takes a little clip to the leg all the way through. Combs has done a solid job so far on him.
You can feel it's edge of the seat stuff at the moment. The crowd know it's game on. Saints kick the last two of the game. Cameron, you got a fist on it. Almost got his own crumb. Owens with his arms free. Luke to go to Kennedy. He's going against the grain. To Bont. Good man to give it to. They set it up to Croft. And here they go. Nothing to go too long. Wilkie. Norton's at 1-on-2. Was Norton.
Oh, mark it, Wilkie.
Said no. You played for the free, didn't get it. And Wood holds the Sharon and the momentum in his hands. And he wants the inside kick to Stocker.
It's fascinating stuff. Here at Marvel, Stocker into the middle. Hill.
Come on, Hill.
Some room right in the centre of Marvel. Kicks the long ball inside.
Ryan.
He's getting plenty of air, but he just can't quite grab the Sharman gathered. He goes back. Handle over the top, hoping for Garcia. Camus went without it. Garcia scooped it off the floor. Grabbed by Kennedy, then to Camus.
Take it out.
It's been a great quarter of football, Matty. The pressure's high. The stakes are high. This man's just getting himself every time. Take off. Mitch. That's it.
He needed a steady set of shoulders to land on there. But he is threatening and the Saints are threatening. Back into play. Owens and English. Owens.
It's been very good.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a penalty with a karate kick and Stocker just traveled in the corner. Luke Kennedy 3 metres and he actually didn't come back that far at all. Cutting the kid some slack. Wilkie to Silvani to Wilson. Windhagen.
That was not play on.
Silvani to mop up that little mess to McRae. 5:54 left.
Well, the Dogs have got a couple deep in defensive 50, waiting for this long ball.
Saints are probing away. Kick inside 50 through the shorts. Dale.
Building pressure, the Saints, that execution inside 50 now becomes so important. Can't have easy turnovers like we just witnessed.
So, play-on wasn't 15. Bontempelli heard the call eventually, and then Liberatore, a bit of cat and mouse, back to Bontempelli, then Liberatore, back to Bontempelli. They're running around in circles and going nowhere fast, and then Hives just retreats. That's surely going to be a free kick.
That was not throw in.
Especially on that occasion with the pressure from the Saints. Well over 200 in this last 10 minutes of play.
What do you think, Nicky Dale?
I feel like we're so in touch with a lot of things here. You can just run over the boundary line if you choose to.
English bats it down. Windhager, Wilson floats it out to Hill. Garcia, it's labour intensive for the Saints. Back inboard to Caminiti, who then just hooks it onto the boot. Out the back it goes. The race is on the boundary line. It's going to be Ryan, who's threatening again.
The Dogs are holding up really well. So clearly momentum in favour of the Saints. They've had a lot of inside 50s this quarter. They've had field position, haven't capitalised on the scoreboard, but they're hanging tough.
Hanging there, Miller lurking.
Come on.
Each way, Wilson's down there as well. Naz, he couldn't, could he?
Oh, sake.
But boy, is he giving him something to think about.
37 disposals, 28 kicks, 9 handballs for Wanganeen Villera.
Keep in mind he's made this game as well. He's hitting very close to the K the way he's going.
Badly inside and Hines. Over the top to Sanders, who can keep moving, hesitated momentarily, and then floated over the top to Lewis. Lewis, who had a blazing start to the match. Kennedy's kick was
Smaller, come on.
Good work, Wilson. Silvani
Can we get it to our end?
to Wilson. Silvani, Garcia, Windhager,
Ball it.
Garcia. Just floating
Ball
around
it.
with
Don't
the
run
give it to
that way.
Goes back to Wilkie, and now to Wood.
Hasn't got a lot of options down the line.
Yeah, Ryan was free and then Silver came off the bench.
Ryan's
to shut
there.
him down. Wilkie. Keeps it. Ryan to Hill. Burns. Now free kick for Holden. Oh, 50. So this is...
Alright, control the ball.
Because the other thing I know has been big on this over probably the last 4 to 6 weeks of footy, retaining a player or retarding a player after get disposed of the ball. So, and 50 hadn't been paid over that period of time. So now it's back.
Great news for the Saints in a day of carnage. Ray Marshall has been strapped up and has just emerged on the ground.
Thanks, Jonesy. Now to the pocket. Pocket tried to kill it, didn't. English gobbled it up. Game
Come on, Saints. Oh my God.
Norton Silvani. It's
Bullshit!
Impact on the game. It's got a great record against the Saints in recent times.
How is that? That is no block in that. Fucking stupid Andrew Dillon.
There's a few running with him, including Windhager. Now Hasty again. Bulldogs centre half forward, tried to sit it out for Sharman, who attacks at half, but couldn't quite get there.
So Hitch Owens goes back to his traditional position as a deep forward. He's got Karmas as his matchup at the moment. Rowan Marshall back into the ruck. So how he goes with that left arm. Wouldn't be surprised if he's had a little bit of assistance medically. Strap it up, hopefully just the AC joint.
Yumi is dancing the dance with English.
Come on, we get a
Now
goal.
3 minutes coming up for three-quarter time. He gets it back, over to Windhager. What was it? Higgins.
Higgins!
Second grab. He spins it. He's got it long enough.
How the hell is that mark not paid?
Can't get there in time. He did get it cross, but he hurt himself in the kill.
It was the ultimate test for Marshall too in that ruck contest. Stood up well with the shoulder.
Dale delayed the kick somewhat. Got to English. He's going to prop it over the top to a running Kennedy. So the Blazers on by. Ignores that option. Just over 2 to play in this third term. Kennedy takes on his man, wins that battle, and then goes
And on the full.
Goes wide, and it's Kennedy, a Saints ball.
He's the right matchup and all. It's just execution by Kennedy because Somani pushed up to man the mark.
Kilda Silvani off the half-back flank. Less than 2 to go in the third term.
It's a big couple of minutes this for the Saints.
Garcia to Hill. Trying to get things motoring. Windhager back to Hill. Go further afield and wider to Burns.
Burns, come on.
So Burns, a couple of Saints blazing
Do
on.
that.
He ignores that and now just pops it over the top to Hall. That previous goal disallowed. And he tries to rally the troops. No movement here,
Come
ball
on.
to play on, so he does. So he's just
Can we
going
get
to
him
drop
up?
it towards the pockets. Wasn't
Oh,
convincing.
lucky that was
English
one
couldn't
up to the
mark.
Dogs.
Saints still have it alive. Bramble still keeps it in. Butler grabs him.
Shit!
Guys, Nazi's been gesturing to the bench, getting the sense that he wants to drift forward. Dal, what kind of autonomy would he have in this situation? Do you think Ross backs him to make the move to move himself up forward?
Yeah, I reckon Ross would trust him. The only asterisk to that is the game situation, given the time and the scoreboard. So maybe just hold his position for the remainder of this quarter and then reassess at three-quarter time.
Marshall drops it. He's got his own ball back. Kennedy in the ricochet lane.
Come on.
Bursts his way through a couple.
Windhager. Hill.
Hands it wide to Hill. Pokes it back to Silvani.
Silvani.
And Diddley by as much as 23.
Wilkie.
The Dogs has been cut back to 14. Seconds tick.
Come on. We need a goal. Get a mark. Ryan. Higgins. Go the Saints.
And the marks to be paid. And the situation
Shit.
Marshall, forward pocket, Saints game.
Yep, sorry, dude. Umpire scores a mark.
Last time this happened.
Could be off the way.
The ball has to cross the whole of the lines of that mark.
Review complete. Look at this angle. We see the ball's control before crossing the back of the line. This is what the scoreboard.
I'm not sure who that advantage is, to be honest with you. So it allows both teams to get long down the line and cause some
No
congestion.
score. But can we get a turnover, Mark?
High and long, Norton spoils. And out of play with 27 on the clock.
As we approach three-quarter time, Naz is up to 37 disposals. Bontempelli's had 26. Sets us up for a fantastic fourth quarter.
Marshall back on the ground, just trying to pat it to Garcia. Hall scooped it up.
Bullshit!
Dogs ball.
He handballed it.
Relieves the pressure valve for now as Bevo heads to the magnets. Kick down the line. A lot of players here. Marshall goes up.
Stupid rule.
Silvani at the back, and there is the siren. Just set it up for an
You,
intriguing
Andrew Dillon.
final.
Fuck
The
you.
Dogs by 16 at the main break. They lead by 14 at three-quarter time. Don't go anywhere. We've got a thrilling finish coming up on the Sunday tickets. But too much football is never enough. Jason Dunstall, the chief, looking to lead the crew on the bounce again. Plenty of fun and frivolity to be had. And then we get down and we get a bit more serious with the boys with the first crack. A deep dive into what we've seen over a fascinating round 15 of football. The only place to watch your footy, Fox Footy.
Are playing to win the 27th Barker Whitten Place. The Ledger currently at 13 apiece since 2000, of course, honouring the great E.J. Whitten and Trevor Barker, two club legends, icons. And both would be pleased with an incredible contest we're seeing at Marvel Stadium today, just 14 points in it. At the last change, David Cedar joins me with an injury update because it has been utter carnage for the St Kilda Football Club today.
What a crazy game. The injuries and to key players too for the Saints. They're well and truly having to move the magnets around. So we saw, of course, Jack Sinclair. We'll speak about Tom DeConing first. So you spoke to him at half-time. He seemed like he was going to be relatively okay with that rib concern. Had the rib guard and came back out onto the ground. But he has since been ruled out of the game. We can't see him on the bench. We're just chatting with the club as to whether what comes next. One does need some precautionary scans and what comes next. So we'll let you know about that as soon as we do. Clearly, as you can see, they're in a lot of pain. Rowan Marshall had the shoulder concern that saw him come from the ground in a lot of discomfort, but then return, as you spoke about, Jonesy, later in the quarter. So that was good to see for them. So they're not down to no ruck and having Mitch Owens have to do the bulk of the rucking there. And then Jack Sinclair with the calf. He's now on the bench with ice on it. We saw him in the movement a bit earlier on. So that's all happening there. And there was also some more controversy, Jonesy.
There was. So Max Hall looked to be a goal. The roof nearly blew up here at Marvel Stadium because it would have cut the margin to 8 points. The Saints were certainly searching, but the lab has done some work.
The lab has done some work. The umpires don't have access to the lab in real time. We know that. They've actually done, based on the way the rule is written, quite a good job here. We'll show it to you now. You can see here, he's actually run nearly 23 metres. So, by the letter of the people say, oh, you haven't got a good feel for the game. You haven't been playing it at the right time. But to the letter of the law, the umpire did get that one right.
Yeah. So, a correct decision for the umpires. Maybe not the sense of theatre that we would have loved, but a correct decision nonetheless. And that's all we ask for. Guys, as we throw it upstairs, I get the feeling we're headed for a really tight finish here. Nasiah Wanganeen-Miller has been awesome. Can he do it again and haul the Saints over the line?
Oh, spot on, Sarah. He sure can. 28 kicks so far in this game to go with his 37.
Better do something.
And a goal. He is doing everything that he possibly can to get this team up in today's game.
I reckon it's probably time to get him into the midfield. You're a couple of goals down. We know they both got the break coming up. They'll have the bye, so not that they wouldn't empty the tank, but put your best players where the football is. He's been exceptional off half back, but I think they can move a couple of pieces and put him in the middle.
Western Bulldogs by 14 points. The match playing out the Barker Witten Clayton. It looks as though it's going to go down to the wire. Stay with us on Sunday Ticket on Fox. Here we go for the final turn.
Here we go, clearance now. Amazing start, all that handball.
Just a little bit hot for Wilson, had time to gather. Back inboard to Hasty. Hasty's darting ball towards attacking 50. Bramble couldn't complete the mark, but he runs off with it.
Oh, good smother.
That's excellent by Higgins.
Hold on, Higgins, with the smother.
From behind, as well. Representative game for the Bulldogs. A nice close down to start this final two.
So some big matchups now in the midfield.
Hanging in by their fingernails. At the moment, the Saints have kicked the last 2 goals this game. Margin was 23 points.
Take it to Bontempelli.
And Bontempelli gets it.
Clearance glitch.
Hines bangs it back.
Silvani!
That was magnificent. To set it up to Wilkie.
Here's Wilkie now.
Wood out wide. He wants him. Makes him work for it.
Wood.
Gets it on the skip. He's got Sharman. Finds him.
Okay.
Right now. It's need to get a goal.
We need to get a target and a goal now. We'll find this target.
Get it right.
Get a mark.
No Mark Owens.
Oh, this turning around 360
He
glitch.
was clever and then throws it on the boot. Lob was in the middle. Donald Quickhand, Sanders.
Smother it.
Little chip in the Lob direction. Lob has to backpedal.
Get Lob, come on. Get that number 9. Bullshit! You cheat, umpire. Man is holding the ball.
Composure under pressure, hitting your targets are your fundamental skills.
Marshall with the palm down. Garcia couldn't break free. Bontempelli somehow to Kennedy around his body. Norton next out, but got a fist on it. Almost knocked out Norton. Oh, Kennedy paid it.
Fuck's sake. That's holding the ball as well.
Norton touched him. Yes, it looked like Norton touched him.
Marshall knocked it down. So
St Kilda's ball.
every little thing seems like a really big thing at the moment.
And it certainly does. The pressure is enormous. Crowds involved.
Wanganeen-Miller receives the flyby to Woods.
Get it again.
Possession number 40.
50.
Come on.
He did. He told to stand and moved.
Wanganeen-Miller Oh, he's hoping for Wilkie.
Fuck's sake.
Almost cut it off. Wilkie a juggler.
Okay.
Big sigh of relief from the Saints supporters. Hill in the middle. Hasty running through the centre. Has some room. Kick inside, attacking 50. Owens!
Owens!
To the cherry.
It's a mark.
Get a free kick anyway.
Alright, it's our ball anyway.
Feels that way, doesn't it? This was there though, from across the arm.
There was also Nas's 40th disposal, 30 of those have been kicks.
Most kicks in a game is Bailey Dale, 37 against the Bombers. I think he was going for 50 disposals. It was third late. Teammates.
Mitch Owens.
Come on.
That's a 50-50 proposition in front of goal this year. He's kicked 16 goals. Not too many more important than this. Is it going to come back?
Bullshit!
I think it scraped the post, it did.
I think he knew it. He was trying to convince the umpires as he went to give a high five.
You can convince the umpire.
Fucking post.
Convince the umpire, can you?
Bullshit!
We don't see protected area, we see protected area. The inconsistencies are enormous at the moment.
Yeah. Got to laugh sometimes, otherwise.
Get rid of that fucking number 9 umpire. He can go straight in the fucking bin.
Plays on and he's
And that 42 umpire. Fucking hate those cunts.
hard to see. He's ran between a lot of them.
Especially when it results in a shot at goal to the opposition with clear ball movement down the ground.
And it was good ball movement, Jono. They took the 50, but then they were already moving in front of the football. He's only had 8 disposals so far today, Arnie, so not a huge day. Maybe a significant moment in the course of this game.
So the concentration written on his face.
Go fuck yourself, you fucking cheat. Fuck off.
Provided that the passage down once they were able to relieve pressure out of their back half for the ground inside D50. Got some overlap run going Liberatore, a strong return and the right option. Had that handball option to Kennedy, opted to turn and kick. Nardi Jones, you can see, strong lead up.
Just their first inside 50 of the quarter as well, so they've capitalised on limited opportunities.
19 points the margin.
I think they're going to send Silvani forward, and they have. So he's making his way from full back to full forward. That's who they're waiting for, right? That's why there's a delay in the game. He's had to run 150 metres.
So,
Marshall v English.
Clear as cleach.
Bontempelli, then Richards pelts it towards centre half forward. Tumbling ball. Hasty. Tackled. Burns pats it to Hill. Hill takes his medicine. Got the handball to Wanganeen Miller. Out to Woods. And then a little toe poke.
My God!
Long way to bend down for Marshall. Jones along the ground. Pats it out to Bramble. Bramble to English. Swept the handball out to Frazier. Frazier stops. Props and then...
Was out!
Trying to Burns. But did he stand over the line? He did.
Silvani now, he has pushed forward, he's dangerous as a forward. Try and look to isolate him as much as you can.
3 goals to 4.
What is this shit?
Long launch, lob, out of possession, thump to the boundaries. Dad, fullback of the century, Stephen Silvani, also a pinch hitting forward. Kicked 10 goals in a game in 93. Yes. I'm not expecting Jack to kick 10, but you can kick a few on you.
Yeah, he's at the house as well this afternoon. Marshall at the front, English. Thumped it down to Bontempelli. Frazier to Richards. Richards along the ground. Tumbles it towards the square. Dangerous ball. Jones goes left, goes right, goes left. Grab, ducked. Got rid of it. Out to Richards. Richards. English calls for kicks to the top of the square. Gathered by Hines. Hines through his boot at it. Grabbed by Love. They grab him. Ball it up.
So it's on the Saints midfield now. This Silvani move is going to work. The midfield for the Saints have to get on top of the Bulldogs.
Marshall took out of the air. Handball off fingertips out of play. Ball in.
Well, the only bit about that as well, Jono, is they sent Cooper Sharman behind the football to be a defender, so they've almost gone like for like. They've just thought Sharman, Phil Silvani, so they haven't tried to stretch him significantly in the front half just yet. So let's see how that plays out.
They still with the job on the artful dodges. It was dodging, weaving in again, creating havoc. Windhager and Bramble from on contact. This thing it was.
Oh, shit.
Front on contact, absolutely paid, Wayno. Bramble. 12 touches today. Speculator at the top of the square.
Oh, shit. Well, here we go. Here we fucking go.
Just had the one kick so far, Jono. The 4 disposals. Pinch hit in the ruck. Got the match up on Kamanides here. Just too tall. Not even sure if he jumped.
I seriously can't take this match fixing anymore. Honestly. I seriously can't take it.
And looking for his first goal of the year. Big Rory.
Go fuck yourself, you fucking wanker. Fuck off.
And that makes it really difficult for St Kilda, so margin out to 25 points. They've had a lot of good looks.
It's one more goal. If they kick one more goal, I'm turning this off.
They're not got off the chart, but he's used the ball well, made really good decisions. Not that sort of become a bit of the feeling wherever you need him, he'll play there. He does a relatively good job. Just sets himself in the right spot at the right time. Just follow on, John, on what you said before. If the Saints are to get back into this, it's got to be through the midfield. Got to start winning the clearances. Having some good looks for the football with even numbers.
Dogs begin the day 8 wins, 6 losses. Been fantastic this year with the climb.
Yeah.
Just need to wrap this one up because it's against the
Let's still do
Saints
here.
are playing. Men down, scoreboard against them and big.
Ryan.
Doing some flying. Blake.
Campbell Lake.
This one on to Silvani. Push
Silvani.
Comes it for square. Ryan.
Ryan. That's a mark. Oh, shit.
Two attempts in the one pass to play. That's the first one. That's the second one. Yeah, that's the second one.
Dale. Selwood back to work.
Shit.
Good gather in the end. Selwood's kick asks the question. Norton just nudged out of it. Long. Couldn't mark. Lewis was hoping for Kennedy. Overclubbed the handball. It's coming back from Winston. Wobbly ball towards Dale. Burns gathered. Silvani flicked it out. Garcia
come on.
tucked it under the arm. 49 metres out.
No way, kick it there for.
Ryan Brownlee caught one across the top of the chops, and I reckon he's going to get a free kick here.
Ryan's ball.
It is big.
He's taking out the legs almost too long there.
He does go to ground. He's taking the ball back. That is
Oh, shit.
So Doc's ball.
How is that a dog's ball?
Looks up, there's not a lot to go to. He's got Norton, but it needs to be a sensational kick. Wilkie, cut it off. Good to Stocker. Hill. Chip kick. Richards. Cut it off. Jump back on it. Floats it to Lewis. They can smell some blood here, the Dogs. They can learn the knockout blow if not.
Tim English has
The Saints on the canvas.
such a moment.
Saints have spent almost an entire game without Sinclair. DeConing's been off since half-time. Marshall's playing winged, one shoulder. And now Will Lewis, 27-year-old, added to the Dogs list last minute pre-season. From outside the arc.
Oh, he's kicked it on the full.
Keeps the door open.
You're lucky you saved it from me turning this off.
Those injuries not helping the Saints. The Dogs have got 7 more interchange rotations in this half, so fresher legs.
Yeah, and it's Marshall left the side wing. You need Malira on the bench trying to get on.
Hills kick. Silvani had a few Dogs to beat. Bramble goes back. Caulfield's handball back towards Bramble. Lorried out of it by Garcia. Now to McRae, who arches the back end.
Come on, Ryan.
50 rides in the right spot. Camus
Free kick.
ball was decent. Butterick goes to Selwood to Camus, and the Dogs will clear here. Ball in the hands of Croft.
And great performance by Griffin Coles tonight. He has been outstanding. The match up against Ryan. He's won a number of one-on-one battles.
Yeah, Ryan, 6 goals and 5 goals in the last 2 weeks. So ball knocked out of play. Still an eternity left, but have they got the petrol left in the tank, the Saints, to mount one last challenge? The Dogs have been doing this all year. Opened the season with a win against the odds, against the Premiership Lions, the Gabba. Had their own injury issues as well.
Market Butler. Butler!
Still a sneaky chance here, the Saints.
All these Dogs defence, they're pressing. Come on, Ryan. Come on, get a mark.
Got a fist down to McRae, and Burns combined to mess it up. Owens caught from tackle.
This is bullshit.
Deserves the praise that he's been getting.
It's had a very good afternoon. Frazier's kick is
Oh, here we go. Come on. Ball. This is fucking stupid.
That was the potential spark.
And I think Ross knew it as well. They needed an opportunity. That was the moment. They need everything to go their way now, the Saints. They need to get everything right. From a Dogs' perspective, they've got to have more composure, control.
So that means it's 4 goals to tie. 4 goals to tie.
Caulfield. Time on this side.
So it's still a 4-goal game, but we need 4 scores to tie.
Down the line, they travel. Norton in the middle of the pack. Almost get the crumbs and almost kick Shelton's hand. Goes back.
Kicking in danger. Kicking in danger. Butler, come on. Go Higgins, go! Get it, Higgins!
An opportunity, they just can't put it through.
Just a little bit of composure. This is where we speak about leadership, understanding the situation. Some of the more senior players of the Dogs just take a bit of sting out of the game. We'll allow the Saints to get these live turnovers.
Less than 10 to play. Owens flicked it down. Sanders out to Kennedy. Kennedy's ball. It's a good one to Lewis. They're going to keep moving. Sanders charging forward.
Get him.
Good movement from the young man. Norton dropped it. Kennedy back to
What the
Sanders.
fuck is this?
Runs to 55. Takes on Stocker. Out to Kennedy. Kennedy's worm burner. It works to Jones. To Richards. And then unselfishly just
Nah.
to Big Ron.
I'm done. Fuck this. Stream's over.